Hi, guys. Thank you so much for listening to the Gig Economy podcast. We appreciate each and every one of you supporting us. Just real quick, going to touch on the sponsors, and we'll get right into the show. Of course, Irvine's Auto Repair. Check out their Google reviews. They're like averaging 5 stars, which is amazing. And if someone has a problem with them, they always, make sure they try to correct it and respond back. Call them at 532-6600 or you can get them online at irvines.com. Everything is paperless and contactless, and they are essential and open. We'll sanitize your car and make sure, get you back on the road. So it's still important to get that car maintained. Irvines.com or 532-6600. And then, of course, Jackie from Michigan Insurance and Financial Services. You can email her Jackie at miafs.com or 269-569-6127. That is her cell phone. Jackie is an insurance broker and definitely can save you money on your car insurance. As always, you should be getting an audit each month, at least once a year, to make sure you're getting the correct coverage for the right price. I ended up going with Progressive with Jackie, but she can shop a bunch of different insurance companies and find the right fit for you. Again, you can call her at 269-569-6127 or Jackie at miafs.com. Enjoy the show. Hi, guys. Welcome to the Gig Economy podcast. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We're super stoked. Jesper's still on mute. Jesper's still on mute. Jesper.
Oh, fine, I'm back. You were still talking. You didn't have to pay attention.
I know. Well, thanks, guys, for joining us. We are still remote again. And, yes, we are the Gig Economy.
Oh, that'll be the last time, though, right?
That was supposed to be a secret.
Oh, swoops.
This beautiful studio that we hope to be in at the next podcast is brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair and Grand Rapids Hybrid. We'll talk about them a little later, but we appreciate them supporting the show. Just as kind of a to-do or housekeeping, the name is GR Rideshare Adventures because Facebook can suck me. Oh, geez, sorry. Whoa, that was too much. That was too far. They won't let me change the name, so
We'll get there.
We'll get there. But thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. I'm super stoked about the podcast. It's the best night of the week, every 2 weeks, whatever. So
also known as Hump Day.
All right, Jesper, Pete. We're going to talk about our stories since our last podcast, and we have 0.
I actually went out and did some rideshare.
Shut up.
Why did you put
No,
that
I'm just
in?
kidding.
I was like, why did you tell us? Or you're like, hold
Got
on.
him.
Got him.
Hey, my story is I've been very busy growing my beard.
Yeah.
Look at that. I have to.
It's kind of like the story of the tortoise and the hare. Slow and steady, right?
There you go.
Hey-o.
There you go.
All right. So a couple housekeeping.
Out of puberty. Huh?
Couple housekeeping things. We have a survey out. It's in the description. Please click on that. You will reward you with a sweet treat. I'm not going to say what it's from because then people scam us. But click on the description. We just want to know a little bit about what you think about the show. You can be mean. You can be. It doesn't matter. We just want your honest feedback so we can kind of. We want to know how we're doing and what you guys want more of and those kind of things. For your Patreon peeps, we did send one out for you too, a different one. So you are involved in that as well.
Because y'all is special.
Not yet, Jesper. Not yet. It's not even in the rundown. You got to look. Also, I want to give a big shout out to Saeed from Safer Rideshare. The link is also in the description for that. Peter and I had a great... That scared the shit out of me.
What was that?
Christine Guy, thank you for following. Holy cow, I'm not ever going to get used to that. Woo! All right, back to Saeed from Safer Rideshare. You guys got to listen to that interview. I mean, if you're...
That was really a great interview. I was not expecting a lot going into it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're feeling a little down about rideshare, listen to that, and it'll make you get excited again. And they're not.
Jason was ready to go out and do rides.
I know. I was like, hit stop on the button, and I was out doing rides. But that link is in there too. Check that out. It's about a 30-minute interview, so it's not like a long podcast like this. But yeah, it was really good. And then of course we are giving away a camera, Vanture Dashcam camera for Patreon members only. So if you sign up for Patreon, either the $5 or the $10 tier, you will get entered to that, and we are going to give that away. What would you say? At end of May. So probably it will probably be on not our next podcast, but the following one in June. So you got till the end of the month to sign up for Patreon, and everyone that signed up before that giveaway has an opportunity. It is not an inside camera, only an outside, so it's great for any kind of gig work. Even for a ship shopper, you just never know. You pull into the customer's driveway, they start freaking out and yelling at you or whatever. It's always good to have some sort of camera.
If your car is parked while, it's hid while parked in the parking lot or whatever.
Yeah. So, join Patreon. Again, the $5 or $10 tier. If you can go, that link is in the description too. It's patreon.com/the Gig Econ podcast. I don't know. It wouldn't let me do the full one. So I'm sorry about the name change, but it had to be done. So just suck it up. Just go to look for the gig.
We'll get through it, guys.
We'll get through it. Go look for patreon.com or click the link to sign up for the $5 or $10. So yeah, I just want to talk quick a bit about our Telegram group too. It's not very active right now, but we would still love you to join it. The link is in description. Not a lot of gig work going on, except the full-time gigsters. You're up, Jesper.
I am up.
Reviews. Jesus.
Hey, I was trying to find the right name for the Patreon, but that's okay. Okay, so obviously we want reviews. We please encourage you guys to give us reviews of the podcast, primarily on Apple Podcasts. Here's one from New Zealand. Okay, so obviously we want reviews.
Sorry, my bad.
What? That wasn't me.
That was me. My bad.
You need to mute the tab.
I got it. Rookie over here.
Informative and entertaining. 5 stars. Just finished listening to the entire podcast playlist during lockdown here in Taranaki, New Zealand. Podcasting group was recommended to me by fellow local Uber driver Janet. And Janet, she's awesome.
I love Janet.
She's just awesome. Okay, she joined us, I don't know, 6 months ago maybe?
No.
No, it's been a lot sooner than that.
It's like 90 days
but
maybe.
She's awesome.
Yeah.
Janet, you're awesome. Looking forward to listening and watching future podcasts, and may even chime in with comments and stories from down under.
And I think it's like 2:00 there in the afternoon right now. So I think the next day, right?
Or 15 hours ahead. 15 hours ahead.
Oh, okay. Okay, so they already went sleepy.
No. Yep. So that was pretty cool. So thank you so much. And she did that review is on Apple Podcasts. So
I forgot to put it up. I even made a slide. Son of a bitch.
Hey, who is it that does not following along?
I think we need a podcast every week because I'm telling you, man, 2 weeks is like way too long. I get
getting forgetful.
There you go.
So
and then, of course, what I wanted to just end up by saying is, again, remember, guys, that the name change is not just a name change, right? It does mean that we are going to be talking about everything gig economy right now. So it's not just rideshare. It is anybody who has any kind of gig economy experiences, listen to the show, review us, talk about us, that kind of stuff, because I think we have some cool stuff coming.
Yeah, we definitely, for the gig economy podcast, just a little teaser, we do have someone in the shipped industry that we're going to interview. So that's going to be
you're going to want to hear that one.
Yeah, that's going to be really cool. I'm excited to talk to her and just kind of get her feedback on what it's been like being a shopper during this shit show that we're, dealing with.
And if you're a patron, you get to hear that interview before everybody else.
Yeah. Yep, for sure. So check us out, patreon.com/I don't fucking know.
I don't think that's the right one.
No, it's not. Don't go to that. It won't work. It's in the description somewhere. I should have.
I don't. No, wait.
No, it won't work. All right. And I just want to remind the picnic, it's still on. I mean,
Yes. For now.
For now, there's some crazy stuff going on though. Like LA County locked down to August 1st. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So as of right now, it's still on, and yeah, just want to make sure that we make you all aware of that.
So I did
Obviously,
it is the podcast. It is the Gig Econ podcast at the Patreon.
Oh shit, yeah. Oh, it is the GigEcon podcast?
The Gig Econ podcast.
Yeah, it wouldn't let me put economy. Either would Twitter, those jerks. Oh, by the way, it says GR Rideshare Adventures on. Jesper, you didn't update the picnic picture?
I have not updated yet. I will. I will.
What are you good for?
I'm working on the new website.
It's all right. I've messed up about 7 times tonight. So, all right, we're going to jump into Irvine's. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid. Go to schedule with them, irvines.com or 532-6600. Megan or Jamie will take care of you. They are essential during this lockdown, and they will come pick up your car, sanitize your car, fix your car. I don't know. Maybe they'll wash it. I don't freaking know.
Isn't that part of sanitation? I don't know.
I mean, the outside, man. Maybe they'll wash the outside. That is not a guarantee. They fix all models, I think, except Volkswagen now. They're the best in the business. They're located at 44 or just east of 44th off of Stafford. You can't miss them. And please support them. They have been amazing to us, and they help pay the bills. And trust me, there's a lot of bills with this. It may look like it's amateur, but it's not. Damn it.
The whole payment side and the whole like quoting side is very contactless. I like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of like a millennial's dream. I mean, I'm not going to try to shit on millennials, but like no, it wouldn't be millennials. What's the new one? Zennials?
I thought they call. Are they not called COVIDians? I don't know.
I think that's COVIDiots.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Didn't we talk about that before we started? And you're the one that freaking blew it.
Hey, no. It's not negative. It's all good. It's
negative. Is that what the new babies are going to be called when they're born in 9 months?
That's what I hear. Yes, it's the COVIDians.
Anyways, I lost my train of thought. Let's just jump into the gig economy and the news. First, I want to talk about Uber Medic. This is actually from Tom from Chicago, who is an avid listener. He never comes on the live stream. Oh, every once in a while. I think it was last week. Actually, I think
it was on last week. Yeah,
I just misspoke. So what is Uber Medic? Is basically a new trip that's being offered to healthcare professionals who are using a specific code when requesting rides. So basically it's supposed to support, people that are on the front line. As far as like what it means for the driver, it's the same amount as an Uber X. So it's not like you're going to get any extra money. It's just kind of, helpful for, for frontline workers, if they need a ride. So yeah, that's basically the gist. It just went live in Grand Rapids today. I was looking at the article from Uber. I don't know what date this was. Doesn't matter. But it was only basically the big cities.
It's on mine.
Turn that comfort shit off.
What? People are not comfortable in my car right now.
How's your comfort now, boy?
Yeah, boy.
Let's see. There was something else about the Uber Medic. I can't remember. But anyways, basically, it's nothing special. But you can opt out just like anything. Jesper and I were kind of talking before the show, and I'm like, I don't know if I'd want to do it if it's like a straight up ER nurse. I mean, big cities. What?
There you are again.
That wasn't me. Who was this time?
That was me this time.
My tab is.
Why is Jesper the only one that hasn't messed up tonight?
Hey, don't call me Jesper, okay? We went past that.
Did I say that?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Did I say Jesper?
Yeah, and again.
Well, it's not. Anyway, so Uber Medic, you can opt out. We were talking, like I said, I don't know if I'd want an ER nurse. I mean, I'm sure I would, but what is the advantage of the passenger do it? Do they get a cheaper rate, or is it free for them? Because it looks like
I think it's cheaper or free.
Okay.
For the rider.
Okay, well that's cool then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We haven't been driving, so.
No. If I were driving, if I had good options for it, I would feel that it would be a privilege and an honor to drive them around. I mean, these people are on the front lines every day. I would definitely help.
Yeah.
But again, I can't be out. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, let's just talk. Real quick. I didn't get a chance. These guys are notorious for sending me like freaking 6 articles and pictures 10 minutes before the podcast starts. Like, I spent all last like 2.5 hours prepping the show last night. Like, but anyways, we just got an email today that said starting March 18th, we're required to wear masks, even though Uber hasn't sent me a mask. I mean, I have one, but, so apparently you have to take a screenshot before you start with the mask on. And if you don't have it, they're not going to let you drive. So what do you guys think about that?
I think it's great.
Well,
I think that's one step closer to getting me back in the car to drive and pick people up.
I have two issues with it. First of all, I think it's great too, right? The problem is, just like the other day when I went to Menards, I had to pick up a few things, and they're out there in front and making sure you wear the masks out, on the way in. That's fine. But the moment people goes inside, they take the stupid mask off, right? There's no control inside the store. And so that might be the same here. Again, the mask needs to be there, and I get that. That's awesome. But who's going to prevent the driver from just taking it off again? That's the thing.
Especially when you got situations like what happened.
Didn't scare me that time. Thanks, David, for following.
It scared me this time.
Did
I
it?
was like,
God, he's like hitting the deck. That was great.
But it's like, what about situations like what happened in Flint?
Menards in Grand Rapids has like an armed guard with an AR-15 now.
No, they didn't when I went there the other day.
Oh, maybe they got rid of them, but like after that Flint shooting, like the next day there was an armed guard there. So, I mean,
I don't know.
I just don't understand. Like, even if you don't agree with it, just put the mask on.
Because if you're not wearing one, you're being selfish. Because it's
be an adult.
You don't know if you have it, and so yeah, it's not protecting. We had someone comment on the Facebook group that they didn't. I don't know. Do you remember that, Pete? I think you were like,
I didn't. It was in one of the threads, and I kind of tapped on him a little bit to explain his answer, and he didn't really.
Well, he said he read it from some doctor, said it didn't work, and I'm like, okay, dude.
I kind of pushed him a little bit, but I wasn't going to try to start a.
Yeah.
I just didn't feel like getting into it,
Yeah, but yeah, just wear your masks if you can. I mean,
and then of course the other issue I have is we have so many people who have problems getting identified with our faces when we sometimes take the picture. What's it going to be like if you're wearing a mask?
It's so frustrating when I go to Meijer to go grocery shopping, and I use a to-do list for my groceries. And so I'm, walking around and my phone will turn off and I got to type in my password. First world problems here. I got to type in my password to unlock my phone because it won't unlock to my face.
How do you
doesn't recognize the mask, huh?
How do you feel like walking around and seeing like women with just the eyes and you're just like, oh, this is kind of mysterious. You know what I mean?
Well, the funny thing is, when you're walking around and you almost bump into somebody and you give them that, smile and that ope. But I got halfway through my shopping trip and I'm like, shit, nobody's actually seen my smile when I almost ran into them. All I saw was my eyes. So who knows? Like, oh, that guy's a jerk.
Oh man, there was some article. We'll move on from the masks that I think I'm going to share it on Threads, but some woman like cut holes out of her mouth and her nose area because it was hard to breathe with the mask, and I'm like,
I've seen a lot of really funny.
That one,
right? I've seen a lot of really funny memes about like having your mask half on. A lot of great ones.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's just wear the mask. That's all there is to it, and wash your hands a lot.
Just kind of caught up. Janet's chatting a little bit. John dropped in, said Jesper's the only reason he watches.
I saw that, and I understand. I totally do understand.
Jesper always gets
awesome.
the love. You are love. John says the first time Pete has ever not tried to argue online. So that's pretty funny.
Yes, that is.
Jesper, why don't you talk about Jive?
Jive. So the article is about Jive, which is another gig economy company, and what they want to do is they want to take on Instacart.
Can you tell the people that may not know what Jive is, what it is, before you jump into that?
That comes first. So the premise of Jive is if you are a worker for Jive, then you are either a stalker or you are one of the people in companies, in stores, making presentations for companies, presenting a new product or something like that. So that's where Jive's main area of expertise has been. And it's very liked by stores in general.
So they hire people to make their presentations?
Yeah, what happens is a lot of times big like Coke, PepsiCo, or whatever, they will have people come in and restock for them or to make presentations of new products. And so what happens is Jive then teach the people in how to do that presentation, and they'll go out and do that for them. Yes. So that's the gig. The gig is to do an hour and a half worth of presentations of that new product or whatever that is.
Yeah, and real quick, and yes, we'll go on. I did actually do the onboarding for Jive and did the training. It was a lot of training, and then I was like, I really like this swipe the app on and let's go to work like Uber or whatever. And I'm like, I got to make a schedule, and I'm like, I'm not in for it. So it sounded like too much of a hassle.
Yeah, it seems like it's a little bit less. As you said, you don't have as much free time options or whatever. You can just do it. So anyway, the article itself goes that Jive takes aim at Instacart with a $35 million new funding. So basically, they did a big interview with another I guess it's another news source called Grocery Dive. I've never heard of them, but the CEO speaks with Grocery Dive, talks about this new funding and how they are focusing that on going in and kind of taking inroads into attacking Instacart. And the main reason for that, their CEO says, is that 18 out of the 20 biggest retailers on Instacart really don't like Instacart. They want to get out of them. And it's primarily because they say that Instacart is just too controlling. So here's what they're saying is, in an interview with Grocery Dive, his name is Oberwager, I guess is his name, said most of the major retailers he has spoken with have concerns about their relationship with Instacart, which is the leading e-commerce service that partners with more than 300 grocers nationwide. The concerns center around customer data, the loss of advertising dollars, and control of the customer experience. And from a personal experience, we've only used Instacart a couple of times, but our biggest thing is that all the items seems to be a little bit increased in price, right? At least for some retailers, and you don't always get the special prices. So, like if a product is on special or discount, you don't always get that price.
Right.
That seemed to be the issue with both Shipt and Instacart. So I can see, and then of course there's all the fees related to that, And again, I've never been a shopper, but we've been on the other end of it, in these COVID times, and have used Instacart a number of times. Which of the two platforms, honestly, as a buyer, we like Instacart better than we like Shipt, but.
Yeah, I think with Jive, they're really focused on the customer experience, and their customers like Meijer. They're it's not a person. So I think those stores are getting kind of fed up with all the shoppers and stuff like that. But I don't think. I mean, Shipt and Instacart are a juggernaut. I'm not sure Jive has the stones or the money to be able to tackle them.
Well, according to them. Well, yes, and so, but according to this article, at the end of the article, what was it they say? They were talking about last year's numbers, and they had like a $400 million sales amounting to $400 million last year. So it's not a small platform.
Jive had those sales?
Yes.
Okay.
I was trying to find it. And of course that's nationwide. But and then the other thing too is everybody's expecting that the online grocery shopping is going to accelerate up against $100 billion in the next few years.
Well,
$100 billion.
That's not. I think it's going to slow back down, but I don't think it's going to slow back down to what it was before COVID. I think a lot of people like this COVID. Okay, they're going to open things up, but things are still going to be different for a while until they either quote unquote get a vaccine or whatever. Things are going to be different for a while. So it's good of Jive to jump in and try to capitalize on it.
Well, I think the other thing too is there's going to be a lot of people who are realizing that this Instacart and grocery shopping is actually pretty cool. You don't have to spend your time doing it. You don't, all the extra things that when you go to the store yourself, all the extra things that end up into the cart, that doesn't end up in the cart this way. You just get what you order, right?
Yeah.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, I know. But you save money. You end up saving money that way, and then you have extra time with family. And again, everything is so busy. Maybe it's worth it to spend that extra 2 hours with family as opposed to going shopping or whatever it is. And I think a lot of people is realizing that. A lot of people is taking these times to figure out how to prioritize their time.
That's such a good point. If your time is worth, what is your time worth? Yeah, I mean, we've used it off and on. We haven't been, I don't know, Megan is specific about some things and it's not been as successful as we'd have liked, but it fills a void if you need it. And sure. I think it's going to be huge. I got to talk about Ben's comment before Jesper. When you were starting the story, I almost lost it. I almost had to get away. He said, wearing a mask alone in your car is like wearing a condom laying in bed alone. And I just about died. I almost got up, and I don't know if you noticed me laughing like this and covering my mouth, Jesper, but
I saw one the other day. It was a guy, and he had his face mask half down with his nose hanging out, and then it pans down the bottom half of his body, and he's got his wiener hanging out.
It's all fucking flaccid. It's just flopped out. I'm picturing it right now. Jesper hasn't seen it. Like, if I had it right now, I would put it on the stream. No, I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't, but it's a cartoon.
It's a fun comment, right, that Ben have. The only problem has, let's look at it. What if you are in a ride share situation and you have people coming in and out of the car? Can you take the mask off when you have no people in the car? No, you can't.
Did you just get serious? We're talking about
of course I'm getting serious.
Floppy wieners.
Talking about wieners here.
You got to take it a little bit serious.
No, I mean, you hope everyone in good faith follows the rules. I mean, honestly, if we start driving, I have to wear a mask. I'm going to pop that sucker off when I'm by myself. I'm not going to wear it. It's hot and I'm just, I don't know. Maybe I'm a douche canoe, but But
then what's the purpose of the mask?
The purpose of the mask is if you cough or sneeze while you are wearing the mask, it stops the droplets. If I'm in there and I turn around and cough on the seatbelt in the back, yeah, that's a problem. But I mean,
well, the nice thing for you is all you got to do is just fold that beard up and you're all set.
Pete's on fire tonight, man.
You can see.
Hey-o!
So, but anyways, I mean, yes, I get it. There's that.
But back to being serious, sort of. Are you going, so let's say in a month we're back driving again and you still have to wear a mask. Are you going to wear a mask all night from like 9 p.m. to 3 a.m. without taking it off?
I don't think I can drive if I have to wear a mask.
What if it goes on for a year?
then I won't be driving.
Really? So
I don't know. I mean, that's what I'm saying now.
You shit on me for taking it off in between passengers, but then you're not even going to drive?
No. What I'm saying is maybe I just wouldn't drive then, because I'm not sure I would be comfortable taking the mask on and off all the time.
Yeah.
Because I'm with you. I don't know I could wear the mask for 8 hours straight. I don't know.
No.
But I don't know what is the benefit, because you're still breathing in the car then.
That's
right? And you're technically breathing in everybody else's.
No.
The mask isn't for protecting you from everybody else. It's to protect you. I'm sorry. It's protect them from you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
But both though. I mean, I know that's the primary reason. I don't know. We don't want to get into all that stuff right now. I get
Too late.
But what if they're breathing out? What if they are breathing out?
Most of the COVID stuff is spittle, like spit, sneeze, airborne stuff. I mean, yeah, it's touching too, but it's look it up. Pete's right. It's to protect your passengers from you. But again, unless they're in the car and I'm turning around coughing on them, I think it's fine. Honestly, I mean, I've seen a couple
maybe it's fine to take it on and off between. I don't know.
Answer. That too, I've seen. What do you think about the shields and everything that people are putting up? I
think it's kind of. I mean, I think some of them is kind of done kind of clumsy, right? And it looks bad. I think there's some good ideas.
I mean, honestly, it's great if for someone sitting behind you, like we all know someone like Sam likes to sit behind the driver. If to have that to have that plastic there, because if she sneezes, I mean, it's all be like boom coming forward all over you. So I can see having like just something to protect the spittle. I keep calling it the spittle, not something that's going to completely block off the entire car, because I think that's overkill, honestly. But what are you reading, Jesper? You're reading Janet's.
Oh, it's just looking at some of the comments. So Janet is saying on Facebook, she said, if your mask has trapped the virus and you touch it or put it down, that is how you pass virus to other services. I have reusable masks, have 10 of, use then straight to wash. Carry a bag to drop into bag for laundry. So, yeah, I mean, again, the same thing.
Listen, I'm just saying that New Zealand is like the epicenter of how to handle COVID-19. So we should probably listen to what Janet says.
Well, if you go up,
so few cases.
If you go up to her previous comment that today restrictions ease, most businesses open, restaurant maximum of 10 people in a group, all seated, single server, bars not open for another week. So they're like getting back.
But did you see? So I know you didn't post it in there, but I got a post earlier today on Uber that they are now, again, obviously the mask is going to be a restriction, but they're taking out one passenger. So there's no passengers in the front seat at all. So what used to be an XL with 4 is now a 3. What used to be an X with 4 is now a 3.
Yep.
What used to be an XL is now a 5.
Yep, I think that's a good move too.
I think so too.
Yeah, I mean, again, it eliminates that person from turning towards you and coughing. Can you imagine somebody in the front during COVID and throw up all over you? Like, would you not murder them? I mean, be like, Pete, you better come take me away from the scene because I'm going to kill somebody. Like, please.
Some drunk chick.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
That's why. I mean, that's one of the many reasons I said I'm not going to drive until until we can come up with a better solution.
I got to get
face masks is that solution. I haven't decided yet, but
I'm going to get back at it in June. It may not be rides, but I got to do. I'm like chomping at the bit to get out.
Getting antsy.
I mean, yeah, I'm getting antsy. I wanna hang with my bros at night. I miss all my friends. Like, of course, yes, I can still talk to them, and we do. But I mean, I miss the extra money. I miss the interaction with other gig workers, and
I mean, we
Vito's
all know
pizza at 3 a.m.
Fuck that pizza.
We all know that, the gig economy, the rideshare business goes slow as heck in the summer anyway.
Yeah.
So, and it's going to be even slower this year because college students have been gone forever.
Right.
Well, I think Grand Valley goes back to campus, right? That's what they announced. Or was it a different college?
Well,
but not until the fall, though.
Yeah.
So interesting that you bring that up. For my lawn mowing job last Saturday.
Oh wait, you have a lawn mowing job?
I just did that for John. Last Saturday, I did a off-campus apartment. And it was packed. Like the only kids that got sent home were the kids that lived on campus apartments. If you were living off campus, you're still staying there and going to online school. So I was thinking that the parking lot was going to be empty, but it was packed. So, I mean, there's still college kids around. It's just the bars are closed.
Yep.
So, all right, let's keep moving. Speaking of Uber, Pete.
So Uber is apparently, and this hasn't been officially announced as of yesterday, I think, but Uber is in talks to buy Grubhub. Uber Eats and Grubhub.
Yeah. One of the. Do you think they're going to do that? Do you think Grubhub is going to accept that deal?
I hope not.
Seems like it's a bad time to make a deal.
Well,
I mean, they're talking to them, so
yeah,
at least entertaining the idea.
Everything is for sale at the right price, right? I guess.
But somebody had said something, and I don't know, and maybe it was just BS, but they were just going to buy, like it was going to be no cash. It was just going to be stock or something like that. Because I'm like, how can Uber afford to buy Grubhub? I mean, they're leveraging money right now or hemorrhaging money. But their Grubhub's shares leaped 37% to $64.25, while Uber's rose 6% to $33. Do you know? I mean,
honestly, that's the ideal situation for a tech startup, right? They start up, get big, and then get bought out, and then retire.
Yep.
I mean, that's the model that everybody goes for. So
I'm sure the guy with Groupon still biting his tongue for saying no to Google.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I didn't know Google offered to buy them.
Oh, they came knocking. They offered him $6.5 billion, and he said no.
Well, he sold to. They're owned by. Is it Valpak now?
Oh, really?
Yeah, but that's because he said no to $6.5 billion.
And sold it for $6.
Yeah.
Oh man!
It said that in this article, it said that Uber Eats and Grubhub company would provide it 55% of the market share in the food delivery service. I don't know. I hope not, because I feel like Grubhub's like the only somewhat decent company out there for food delivery.
Now Gabe's been doing Uber Eats.
Yeah,
pretty heavy, and he's said it's been really good for him.
Yeah, because they're tipping like crazy. Yeah, because they're tipping good. If this wasn't going on, there's no way he would touch that with a 10-foot pole.
Right.
I mean, it's just not going to happen. It's interesting. I just hope it doesn't.
Well, and then of course, we'll have the article we're going to talk about later with the whole on the Grubhubs and stuff. How much of the fees that come into the local restaurants actually get? We'll get into that later, but that I think that's an interesting other angle to this whole talk.
Well, I know, like I think I've mentioned it before. When I worked at the pizza place, we looked at going into Uber Eats, and they wanted so much money, it just wouldn't have been worth our time to do it.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's interesting because now they're using DoorDash for, I think, all the stores here in Grand Rapids or Grand Rapids area.
Yeah, I wonder, I'd be interested to see how all the fees break down between DoorDash, Grubhub, Eats, and
right.
What am I forgetting? Is there one more? Oh, Postmates, but yeah. Postmates sucks. Keith says, one of our newest Patreon members, Grubhub is number 3 to me, feast or famine on tips. The reason I like Grubhub and I say they're the last dying breed is they tell you what you're going to get up front. Like, you know what you're going to get. So like Postmates, you just get the order and like, you don't even know anything like what you're going to get. It's like, that's the lowest, the one that I'll take. DoorDash gives you kind of a guarantee amount. And then Uber Eats kind of is doing that now too. But, yeah.
Keith ranks Uber Eats top as well. Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub. Grubhub.
I mean, that's the other thing we'll talk about a little bit later. But in that article, Uber Eats is not mentioned as being one of the higher ones for taking fees. So that's the other
really
thing. Yeah, they're mentioning specifically DoorDash and Grubhub.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, but we'll get into that later.
All right. Before we move on, I'm just going to talk about our awesome sponsor, Jackie. From Michigan Insurance and Financial Services. Call her at 269-569-6127 or email her, Jackie, at miafs.com. She is my insurance agent. And I think I have Progressive, which reminds me, if you have Progressive, make sure you get that credit.
I got mine.
Yeah, I think
you'll get it automatically.
Yeah, but it's always good to, make sure you keep them honest. But yeah, Jackie's been great. She takes the hassle out of changing your insurance. So why wouldn't you call her? And you should get an insurance audit at least once a year anyways.
Yeah, I gotta get a hold of her because I work at an insurance company now.
Well, and then of course remember the insurance reform here is it June or July?
Yeah.
269-569-6127. Give Jackie a call. That's her cell phone number. And her email is Jackie at miafs.com. God,
remember, that's a 269 number, guys. 269-569-6127.
So, Pete, why would you have to get a hold of her?
To get a quote.
Why would you get a quote?
Because you should always get a quote.
Jason, shut up.
All right. This is, I can't believe we're going to talk about this again, but. So remember.
Wait, is it Trip? TRYP?
So they've changed their logo, if you haven't noticed. It looks like I had to do some research on it. I saw this guy. Somehow I followed this guy on Instagram. I don't know why. Through from our business page. But I saw this and it was like, Trip delivers now. We just tripped into the delivery business. So I really had to figure out if this was the same company. But if you kind of look at the logo, it does kind of still have a Y in it. That's very interesting how they changed that. They added TRIP, but if you kind of look, you can see a Y in it too.
Yeah.
Is that just me or?
No, I see it too.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're still kicking. Trip Rides coming soon. This one wasn't that old of a post. And I think last year they were talking about they were already in Miami. So if any of these guys try to hit you up, just block them. Are these the multi-level marketing ones? Okay. Yes. They don't even have a product. They don't, they're not even, doing anything. So just stay away from them. But I just couldn't believe when I saw that on Instagram. I was like, oh, these frickers changed their logo and trying to rebrand somehow. And they're doing deliveries now. And it's just like, just a shit show with them. So
it's interesting.
Go ahead, Jesper. Why don't you talk about the restaurant owner?
The restaurant owner.
I never did. I never did grab a picture of this, but you can talk about it.
Oh, so there's no picture on Facebook?
Unfortunately not. I don't know why I didn't grab the picture of the fees, but I'm dumb.
So this article is it's the restaurant owner who posted this on I forget where, one of the big channels. Anyways, but it's the Chicago Pizza Boss food truck out of Illinois. And so he's kind of basically showing, this is from Grubhub. He's saying he's been working to keep up with orders via Grubhub as people quarantined at home rush to get their favorite food takeout delivered. Many see it as a way to support local eateries and businesses, But the owner of Chicago Pizza Buzz, Giuseppe Badalamenti, hopefully I know that name. Sorry about that.
Italian.
Yeah, just Italian.
Hey.
Want people to know that things aren't as good as they've heard. Basically, is when you're using Grubhub, his gist is when you're using Grubhub, yeah, you're supporting local, but not nearly as much as you think you are. So his statement, this is pretty crazy. His statement has stated that last month he had 46 prepaid orders from Grubhub that brought in $1,042.63. Of that, he got $376.54 after fees.
Yeah, there's some
Let
weird.
me say that again. Let me just cement that. $1,042.63, and he received $376.54. That's maybe 35%.
I can tell you.
Go ahead.
I can tell you from being in the pizza business, our food cost in a national chain restaurant where we can order food that's discounted, our food cost was typically between 28 to 31%.
The Chicago Pizza Bus, he says, this is almost enough to pay for the food.
And I would believe that.
And it's like, it's just so crazy. It's so crazy.
And so to break that down, that means he's getting enough money to buy the food, but that doesn't take care of utility bills,
salary,
labor, taxes.
None of that.
So he's losing money.
I mean, he's basically it's divided out here. You have $206.51 in commission. You have $95 in delivery commission. You have $39 in processing fees, and then you have $231 in promotions. Now, it does say that you have the ability to define and to kind of control how much you want to pay in promotions, but at the same time, if you turn off promotions, they don't really have any. There's no saying whether or not all of a sudden your restaurant is going to fall off the list or climb fall down further down the list where you're never going to get found. So it's that whole thing. How are you going to do this? So basically, his gist is, if you can, and if it's at all possible, call the restaurant, give them the order without using the platform. And then hopefully they will have their own delivery drivers do it, or maybe use curbside pickup, or if you at least do the order, you can figure out with him how to get that delivered otherwise, and not using one of the apps. But as I said, this article does specifically say that Grubhub and DoorDash are the two big ones. It does not mention Uber Eats, so I don't know how that tie into it. I'm sure it's not much of the other big ones. Because it's all using kind of the same model. I knew one of my good buddies used to own a local pizza place, and he reached out to Uber Eats, and they said that basically he had calculated out he had to sell it more expensive to Uber Eats to also cover all the fees and still make the food money, the food fees back.
So are the food prices in those apps elevated?
Yes. Yep. You pay more. Yeah, the users will pay more for the food.
Isn't that how they recoup their costs then?
Sometimes they do that, but sometimes they don't want you doing that either. So it's kind of...
Well, that's on them. And here's my thought. I'm going to spin it a different way. Yeah, sucks, but A, you're getting people that have probably never bought your food before, so maybe next time they won't use the app. Right. And B, you're not paying. Yeah, I understand that number. If you look at it's kind of sticker shock, right? But let's take the promotion away, so that adds $206. So it's half. You know what I mean? And you're not paying any bennies. You're not paying anything as far as like insurance for your delivery driver and stuff. I think that's why a lot of companies do it, because they don't want to pay more drivers. When I was a driver for Jets, I got paid minimum wage plus tips. So, I mean,
right.
I don't know. I'm spinning it a different way. I mean, I think it's highway robbery, how much they take. But doesn't it surprise you? Look at how much they take for us, as a driver.
Yeah.
So, I just don't want to say don't support Grubhub or Uber Eats. You can say that, I think, because that hurts us, guys. I do try to, do it locally if I can. But man, I tell you, last night, it was Megan's birthday yesterday, and she wanted some Indian food crap, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And we weren't going to have that. And I ordered from Curry. What's the place?
Curry Kitchen.
It's on 44th Street in Breton.
Yeah.
Curry something. But it was like a chicken soup and a piece of bread, and it was $24 without tip. Yeah, so there's some fees there, and I tipped him $10, so that cost me $34 to get that delivered.
But Megan didn't have to make her own food.
That's right.
Good husband.
And we had Little Caesars, so and we were not.
There was only $5 left for the pizza now.
Yeah, I know. $5 for the pizza and $5 to feed three of us and $34 to feed my beautiful wife. But hey, you know what? It was her birthday.
Megan, she's still smiling.
And
she's worth every penny.
That's right. Interesting too, and we'll move on. I noticed that the Jets on 28th Street, they actually use their own drivers, and they use like Grubhub and Uber Eats and stuff. So I don't know.
I've done a couple DoorDashes for Jets.
Is the one on 28th Street?
Yep.
Yeah, I have too.
Right next to the Planet Fitness.
Yep. So it is interesting.
Well, I guess technically my wife did them. I drove.
Oh. We won't talk about that anymore. All right, we're
again, as Jason said, just finish it. Yeah, you're right. I mean, we shouldn't cut them all off, but
the fees should be reduced. But I mean, there's got to be a little advantage somewhere, right? Because otherwise, why would restaurants do it unless they just like wine and dine them to get in there, and then they take them to the cleaners? But
I mean, part of it is definitely the cost of getting your first customer. Absolutely, that was what that was the big thing of Groupon, right? That they took half, and the whole point was we just want to get you your first customer. Next time, they're going to come directly to you.
Yeah,
and I get it. That was the whole gist of it. And if you can do that for DoorDash and the other thing, yes, then that'll be perfect.
I think I think you do get more customers that way. I bet you do.
Sure.
Because people are browsing the app and they're like, oh, this place looks cool. And then maybe they do it. Maybe they don't. Maybe they go directly to the, you see, sometimes I see the fees on there. I'm like, geez, Louise, like last night I didn't care. But sometimes I'm like, you know what? I ain't doing that. That is just too much money.
Right.
So, all right.
This next video, get your tissues ready. It's a little rough.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to premise it, or do you just want me to?
Yeah. So this video it's a video of a Zoom conference call that happened between HR at Uber and like the head of frontline customer support. And basically they had a Zoom conference call they said there was like 3,800 people on the call, and like 3,500 of them got let go on the spot. And they were told to check their email for an email, immediately forward that email to their personal email because they were shutting down everything they had access to within the hour.
Yeah, and we'll play it, but what was surprising to me is the person speaking, how emotional she was. So we'll play it.
Yeah.
It's about 3 minutes, but I think it's kind of worth it just to kind of, put it in perspective.
For the foreseeable future, our business will be smaller as fewer people are taking trips, and our size will have to be rationalized based on business need. Right now, the rides business is down by more than half due to COVID-19. With trip volume down, the difficult and unfortunate reality is there is not enough work for many frontline customer support employees. As a result, we are eliminating 3,500 frontline customer support roles. Your role is impacted, and today will be your last working day with Uber. You will remain on payroll until the date noticed in your severance package. I know that this is incredibly hard to hear. No one wants to be on a call like this. With everyone remote and a change of this magnitude, we had to do this in a way that allowed us to tell you as quickly as possible so that you did not hear it from the rumor mill. I also wanted to deliver this news personally and just take a brief moment to thank you for your contributions to Uber. I know that this is a lot to take in. I'm going to turn it over shortly to HR, who is going to talk through the next steps and what this means for you. There's no need to take notes. You will receive a follow-up email from HR. Camilla?
So as Ruffin mentioned.
Yeah, we'll clip it there. But what's interesting is that they're getting a severance package, and I don't know what kind of level employees are these. It sounds like they were customer service reps.
Right.
Yeah. Frontline.
Yeah. So they're getting a severance package, and looks like they're getting job placement, and there's quite a bit of stuff that they're getting. So that's good news, but it's not surprising. I mean, when she said that the stuff was 50% down, the rides were 50% down. I'm like, oh my gosh, they're barely making money now, and they're 50% down on rides. So yeah, Janet says that was so sad, so bad, dismissal via Zoom. Yeah, but I mean, like, how are they going to do it? Like, that's the only way to do it. Even without COVID-19, I think that's a good way to do it if you're doing that many people.
I think at some point in the video, I don't think we played it, but they did mention that they regretted having to do it this way, but they wanted to do it that way so that they got notice from Uber versus hearing about it in the media.
Yeah.
And I think that was after the HR lady talked.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I did cut it off there. But yeah, it's good of them that it sounds like they're getting taken care of. So, man, that's a lot of people though. Their customer service sucks ass now. I can't imagine. Like, let's hope to God it was on the rider side, customer service reps, and not the drivers.
Customer service and recruitment.
Okay,
is what they were. So now the question is that does customer service, does that count as driver service too, or is it just actual?
That's what I mean. I hope it's all on the rider side. Who's going to look at the puke videos? I mean, or the puke pictures. We always joke about that. Some poor sap sitting in a black room by himself, and somebody's got to give him a hug every time he comes out of his box at the end of his shift because he's just so traumatized.
Oh man!
Better get your mask on, Jason.
Oh, I barely hit the mute button. Yeah, that was a loud one. Oh, gosh, where are we? So it sucks for them, but it looks like they're getting taken care of. And again, I hope it's customer support on the rider side.
They can get unemployment now. So
yeah, and unemployment in Michigan, you're like making $4,000 a month if you're not working. So I mean, that's gross. But anyways, just want to quick before we go on our last couple things, talk about our Patreon. Oh shoot, I forgot to change the link. BT.
Oh my gosh, Jason.
It's the rookie hour round 2.
Whatever. You ain't got the website done, so shut your whore mouth. Anyways, go to patreon.com/I don't know. It's in the description. We would love to have you. So I know we've changed our name, and we're going to talk about more gig stuff on the regular podcast. But we're going to be more in-depth each month about a specific app. And obviously this week or next week we're recording it for our Patreon members. It's going to be a Shipt lead person. And we're going to talk about Shipt and a new app that's kind of launched for grocery delivery, which, it's going to be an interesting game changer. But
I think it's been around for a few years, but it is pretty new.
Well, at least new for us. Like, we haven't really heard about it. So look forward to that. Again, you get that for $10 a month, you get some merch, and you get, the Gig Economy podcast and 10 minutes of dead air when Jesper and I were using the bathroom and Pete was not talking to you Patreon members.
Well, they at least got to hear, because I was texting somebody, so they got to hear my click.
Are we at least giving people the new merch or the new logo? Are we getting rid of We have to get rid of the old logo first.
Hey, you get
old.
It's retro.
It's retro.
Or
throwback.
Okay.
Yeah, throwback. If you want a throwback hat, we'll get you that. If you want a new one, well,
we have to order it first.
Keith's our newest one. He's got one more. After the second month, we definitely get you some merch. So Keith, you can get a retro hat, or you can wait till we get some new merch. So, but we appreciate Keith joining us. All right, you're up, Pete. What do we got? Instacart.
I think Jesper's up, right?
No, I'm up.
Oh, did I skip you?
Oh my! It is really hour here. Yes,
Rookie hour.
Moving more of what matters with delivery. That's the other new thing that just came to the market. So we have Uber Delivery, and then this app is actually this article from Uber Newsroom is actually talking about Uber Connect as well.
Uber Direct.
Huh?
It's Uber Direct. Oh no, it is Uber Connect too. I'm sorry, Jesper.
Uber Direct and Uber Connect is what they're having. So I'm assuming that Uber Direct is what in my app is called delivery. The whole point is that you can now place orders from select retailers and get those items delivered right to your doorstep without contact. Now, this is something they have kicked off in New York City with a pilot with Cabinet, which I don't know where that is, but basically, as long as supplies can last, you can quickly connect New Yorkers with over-the-counter medication. In Portugal, we are working alongside National Postal Service to deliver parcels to their customers. And in Australia, see, Janet, you're lucky. It's right there, neighbor to you. We're coordinating with Green Cross to deliver pet supplies from Pet Barn, City Farmers, and the Green Cross Vets clinics with same-day service. So these are all cool things that are coming with Uber Direct. Obviously, it's probably not in a market. It's not in a lot of markets yet, so you're probably not with you, but it's coming soon.
I'm honestly surprised that it's taken Uber this long to start doing parcel delivery.
I love this. I think the Uber Connect is actually you can send packages to family and friends. Like that would be great. I mean, other than drugs. But I mean, like if you needed to run, I mean, it happens.
now. It's going to be used for that, right?
Well,
it's going to be.
It's used for it now. But I mean, I see people all the time delivering like an auto part. Like it's so much cheaper for if they need to get this part to the other side of the city to take an employee out of the shop and send him over to do that, where you can just get an Uber driver to do it for like $10. I think it's great. I would love to do this kind of stuff. Like if you had your app on and you could take all these different things, like all of a sudden you get a ping, like someone needs this delivered. I'd be like, I'm tired of passengers. I'll go do this. I'm super stoked for this. I hope it comes to Grand Rapids.
Well, and the other cool thing about that is, packages doesn't need to wear masks. So
yeah, I mean, that's true. So we'll see how long it takes. Yeah. Let's see. It's available. Uber Connect's available in 25 cities. Oh, Australia, Mexico, and the U.S. Right. What's the other one? Uber Direct.
So, yeah.
That's okay. Yeah, you did talk about that. I'm sorry.
But as I said, I'm not sure as I said, I was just looking at my app, and I have an option called delivery. So I'm not sure where that fit. Yeah, I do.
Isn't that for food delivery?
That's food, though.
No. Is it Uber?
Yes. Yep.
Oh, never mind, dude. Never mind. I would never turn that on. So
I like Keith said R squared retro with retap. I like that.
Ooh, Keith bringing it hot. Nice. Yeah, I think it's great. Why not? Lyft talked about that. Who is Lyft going to partner with? Was it Amazon? Didn't we talk about that a couple months ago? Like
they partnered with Amazon.
Yeah.
And supposedly it was supposed to be going all kinds of places. I signed up for it. I didn't hear nothing.
Oh, I didn't think it was.
Still haven't heard anything.
I didn't think it was going to be in the city here, but I mean, why not? The cars are moving. If you can grab a package, like they can queue up like food deliveries. Why couldn't they be like, hey, after you drop this passenger off, would you like to go grab this package from this place and take it to this place?
Right.
And of course you can say no, but you can say yes.
And that's why I'm surprised that Uber hasn't, and even Lyft, like how they haven't done this sooner, because I'm not a programmer by any means.
I'm sure it is a little
but it
tricky.
Doesn't seem like it'd be all that much more difficult. They already have the infrastructure. They already have the app. All they have to do is make it packages. That's all.
All they got to do is toggle something on. I mean,
right.
Come on. How hard is it? Programmers got it so easy. I'm telling you. All right, Pete, now you're up.
No comments. I've only been programming for 25 years, but no comments.
All right, so this next one, it's a picture, and it was posted in our local Instacart group, and it's a guy said, "Awesome, super worth hauling 200 pounds of water softener salt up their ugly porch steps. It's not like I'm trying to pay my mortgage or anything." And it shows the bill from Costco is 20 units. And it erased.
What's the matter? You having a stroke, Pete?
No, it cut off part of the picture, so I can't see the.
Oh, it's.
There we go. All right, so is the Instacart payment? The order was $27, and they pre-tipped $21.
Right.
And then after he delivered it, they changed it to $0.
Yeah, why the frick do people do that? They're such bullshit.
And there's been quite a few people even just in the local Grand Rapids Instacart group that have complained about their orders getting, having pretty decent tips and then getting put down to $0.
Yeah, that's I understand why people do it because they're douche canoes, but it's just so mean. I would feel so bad doing that. So bad. We actually had a comment on YouTube, y'all. Check YouTube. Dennis says, is it Uber deliveries drivers' responsibility to check food or to customer receipts, or is that too time consuming? I've noticed lots of discrepancies with orders.
Is that Dennis Bruin?
Yeah.
What's up, Dennis? That's my buddy.
Oh, son of a bitch. Dennis, we love you.
What was this question again?
His question was, is it Uber delivery drivers I add a responsibility. I think he missed that word, to check the food or customers' receipts, or is it too time consuming? I've noticed lots of discrepancy with orders. No,
it's not. It's not necessarily that it's time consuming, but most of the time the orders should be sealed up when we get them.
It depends on the restaurant. Like, if you go to Chipotle, it's not sealed. And I'll look inside, honestly, to see if they have napkins and silverware in there, because I want to make sure the customer's not pissed off. I know Gabe's a big proponent of that. I think Qdoba is the same way. It's not sealed. I think McDonald's is really the only one that seals it.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think anyone else does.
Well, as long as the drivers bring their own seal tape, right? We know that.
Yeah, I mean, and make sure you just scrape off the top, Gosh, I bet you if we searched once a week, we could find a video from a delivery driver being grosso. So,
I mean, at least he licks the spoon in between each container, so that's good.
I hope that's his own effing spoon and not he's going to give it to the customer. Is Dennis a gig worker, Pete, or not?
No.
Oh, okay, cool. So this is kind of cool. Legal Rideshare, which was a sponsor of ours for a little bit. We just did one little stint with them. They're actually offering consultations now for Illinois gig workers on how to successfully apply for and secure.
How to what?
I know. I knew that was coming. That's a big word for me, Pete. How to sexfully apply for and secure unemployment benefits. So this is huge. Like how many posts? I mean, I don't see as many anymore, but how many posts were we seeing? I mean, that's all it was. And I feel bad for people that struggled. I even had trouble with it. Pete's had trouble with it.
My daughter has been trying, and she just went back to work today, actually.
Okay.
But she's been trying for 2 weeks to get through.
Ugh.
And she'll wait all day.
Oh, that's
no answer.
That's so bad. It's shame on, the state and it's not just Michigan. So I'm not throwing Michigan just under the bus, but hey, get a hold of, if you're in Illinois, get a hold of Kelly P, benefits@legalrideshare.com. I mean, you might as well, if you're having trouble with it, they can walk you through it. And I think a lot of the issues with unemployment is you maybe put the wrong numbers in or the wrong settings. And I mean, it's like the IRS. You got to be exactly right. If you're wrong, it throws the whole thing in the toilet. Like, it's just like they can't figure out how to work on the fly. It's like once you miss a period and that's it.
Yep.
It's down. So we're going to jump into the tip time and, shortly wrap this up. This is actually a great tip. It says, Dashers, this is from our local group, Tammy McFall. Dashers, be sure to take pictures of your deliveries. DoorDash contacted me this morning stating a customer didn't receive their order from the Cheesecake Factory yesterday. It was my last 2 of the day. I delivered each and took pics. One of them gave me a $10 cash tip, and this is the delivery that filed a complaint because DoorDash gave me the time of delivery, and I pulled the pickup with the time. Be careful. Great tip. Honestly, I'm surprised they don't do what Amazon does. Although if you're handing it to the customer, that's a little different. But now that it's like Amazon deliveries contactless. Jeez Louise. Guys, I went to private school, so I mean, so I feel like they should have implemented please take a picture of the delivery if you drop it outside the door. So good on Tammy. That's a good tip. Make sure you take pictures of your deliveries. So I think they would kind of do that with going back to the Uber Connect and Direct. I'm sure they're going to have you do that. I mean, it's kind of the same thing, right? But
right.
All right. Social media shenanigans. This is for me. Pete, you can say what you said, but it says, I'm thinking about doing a few orders tomorrow. Are the stores still out of a lot of things? Is it difficult to shop?
I saw this and it triggered me. It's like, I think I sent Jason a message. I was like, is this what this group is about? Is this are the roads bad?
Yeah.
I was thinking the exact same thing. How are the roads?
Well, I mean, it's like, yes.
Just get out and do it, man.
Right.
Dang.
Yes, they are still out of a lot of things, and it is probably difficult to shop. But yeah, I won't name this person. But
can I shop for you?
Right.
You want me to do it for you?
Seriously, I think I saw that my first day or two in the group, and I'm like, really? I've been in here for a day, and I'm already triggered.
Does it not surprise you? I mean, all these groups are all you got. But 25% of the people are pretty cool, and the rest are just trolls, I feel like.
Yeah.
Jesper, your picture's up.
Esteban. He's showing a picture of, he divided his car into a front and a back, I guess, with tape. But the cool thing was he taped a hose from one of the registers on front over to the back so they can get some airflow back in the back of the cabin as well. I thought that was pretty cool.
I mean, it looks ghetto as hell, but I mean, it's not a bad idea. I mean,
I think he could probably do a little bit better on the execution part. But
I mean, some of those cars don't have floor vents. I mean, the SUVs do typically, but if it's a smaller car. So it's not a bad idea, but
top vents, mine have vents in top, so.
Oh, how's Braden Camp in your comfort car?
I know.
Go ahead.
You
Pete.
could just buy a minivan, that's all.
I'm selling one right now. Anyone want one?
So this next picture goes right along with the one Jesper had. It says it's an advertisement that I caught on Facebook. Actually, somebody posted it, and I also saw it in my timeline, which was kind of funny. But So the fears of contracting the deadly coronavirus are taking Uber and Lyft passengers off the road, forcing drivers to lose money, waste their time, and risk contracting the disease. Virus Shield has created the anti-coronavirus shield and installation kit so that you can keep making money on the road with peace of mind that you will be safe from the deadly coronavirus. The anti-coronavirus shield installation kit includes antimicrobial anti-coronavirus shield, non-marking Velcro roof, door, and floor, airtight support strips, universal compatibility with all car models.
So,
and it is
listen,
sold
guys,
by McAfee Antivirus. Oh, no,
two of the three statements made here are bullshit. Let's just get this out.
Which two? Can you guess?
The only one that might be true is universal compatibility with all car models, because it's basically a piece of plastic wrap.
I mean, airtight support strip. Now, help me out here. Is there something on the side of that seat too, or is it just for the back?
No, it goes in between the car, in between the seats.
Okay, so it's like a yeah. So not like a geez Louise, Jason. So it's just two pieces, right? One in the back and one on the side, right?
Yeah.
I think it's the same piece that folds, but yeah.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. I mean, it's kind of what I talked about. It's kind of like at the gas stations where they have, the piece of plexiglass to stop the spittle. I like the word spittle, apparently. I've said that a lot. It stops the spittle. So, I mean, it's not a bad idea, but I mean,
nope.
I don't know. I don't honestly want to do driving if that's what we have to do. I'm just not going to do it. I mean, you don't have to do it, but I mean, if that is what you have to do, and then I guess I shouldn't crap on it too much. If you got to do what you got to do. I mean, if you got to get out there and hustle, then if you think that's the right way to go, then. But
I can tell you can do that yourself for way less amount of money than what they were charging for.
What were they charging? I never clicked on it.
I think it was like $59 or $79.
Hey man, you gotta appreciate the hustle. Like,
well, sheet of plastic.
I don't diss on the hustle. I just diss on the antimicrobial anti-coronavirus shield. Okay, you got a piece of saran wrap there, buddy.
Pete is
real here.
He is triggered about this. Holy cow. I just want to throw out two real quick. It has nothing to do with rideshare, but I saw that Woodland Theaters is closing.
I did see that.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah. I've never been there, but I know a lot of people like to go there for the dollar movies, but it makes sense.
Celebration Woodland.
Man, they got to be taking a huge hit.
Oh, yeah.
Can you imagine the new theater that just opened up?
I hope they ran really debt free. A lot of these companies that are were already borrowed up to their eyeballs in debt, and then all of a sudden they stop making money. And what do? You got to go under. So it's sad. I don't think the
Steak and Shake is closing. Was it 51 or 53 locations?
Yeah. They're garbage anyways, other than their shakes. Yeah. But guys, that is it. That is a wrap. Thank you so much for joining us, Janet. And Miguel wasn't on Twitch. No one joined Twitch tonight. He always wants Twitch. We blue-balled him for 2 podcasts, so he's like, forget it. I'm not going to Twitch. Keith, as always, thank you so much. I appreciate you being a Patreon member. Yep. Who else is in here?
Don't forget to do the survey.
Yes. Do the survey right now. It's in the description. You get
meow.
You get some right meow. Right meow. Right meow. You get something free out of it. So, I mean, come on. We really want to know, what you guys think about us. So, and then the camera for the Patreon members, we're giving that away at the end of the month. If you're a $5 or $10 tier, we will.
It's a $150 value.
Yeah, I mean, it's
$150 value.
Right. Yeah. And check out that Safer interview. I'm serious. I was super stoked from this guy. I want them to come to Grand Rapids. It's just, it's another rideshare company, but it doesn't feel like like Pete said, going into that, it was I don't know. I smelled no bullshit out of this guy at all. And we're pretty good. I mean, we're seasoned vets with, rideshare and the gig and all that stuff. And we asked some good questions and he had great responses for them. So any closing thoughts, Jesper?
That's it.
All right, guys. We'll see you in a couple weeks, possibly in studio, possibly not. We shall see. So thank you.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye.